Hello, welcome to Intuitive Insights here. It's Wednesday morning, 10 a.m., where we meet every Wednesday, 10 a.m. to talk about all things intuitive, just having a soulful community. Hello, people. Nice to see you here. Just going to wait for folks to come in. But today I'm going to talk about the new moon. We've had this new moon in Taurus that has just arrived yesterday. I think it was noon Pacific time. And I don't know about you, but holy smokes, it was really, it was a bit of a doozy for me. Give me a sign if it was for you. Welcome to everybody who's here. So nice to see you here. So we're just talking a little bit about, I want to say actually, the aftermath of the new moons. So a thing about being an intuitive. So as you know, I do all this different intuitive work, tarot, mediumship, psychic readings, and I'm also really into meditation and just really connecting with the soul. And the thing about being intuitive, being sensitive is the very fact that we are sensitive. So what I always find is that events like the new moon and even the full moon, they do impact me somehow. Does it impact you guys? Sometimes I can feel really inspired, but other times I really feel like, especially with the new moon and around the dark moon phase, I really need more rest. And I've actually put it in my calendar typically that I kind of block out the day before and the day after. And I know the new moon is so much about, new beginnings, and that's how I want to reframe it. But it's also about, like going back and going in, going deep and reevaluating what is really working for us, what's working for you. So I'm going to pull a card around that for us with this new moon in Taurus cycle. So I'm not going to get into the astrological portion of it, but I'm going to be more talking more about just how we can kind of navigate this time. So someone has sent a question, so I'm still kind of learning this. Genevieve says, new moon energy. Yes, a little crazy, right? Oops. And then Labyrinth Light says, yes, I feel drained with this new moon. Totally, right? So it's not just me? Oh my God, you guys are so... I barely made it here. I didn't sleep at all the night before. I got up at, maybe this is too much information, but I got up at 4 a.m. and I decided the day before to clean the kitchen, put the dishwasher on, took out the garbage, like crazy stuff, well, not crazy, but rather than lying there looking up at the ceiling, I needed to get up. So I didn't sleep. Yesterday was a bit of a washout, but last night I did sleep. But here I am. I could have been sleeping right now, but I've made a commitment to be here at 10 a.m. Pacific time every Wednesday morning, and I'm so glad that you are. So if you've been feeling like this, know that you're not alone. And something that I've also noticed around events like the new moon is that, sometimes I feel really energized, but sometimes it's kind of like, it's a little bit like the after effect that kind of catches me off guard. I feel like I'm doing really well right through it, but then it's afterwards I get that kind of tired, that feeling. So it's really important that we honor that. Like I really need to honor that, to give myself a little bit more time as much as I can, and not to beat myself up about it. We don't have to be highly productive all the time. So if this has happened to you, I hope that you give yourself lots of love and allow yourself to kind of just to tune into, to drop into that mysterious, deeper intuitive aspect that is around us at the time when the moon goes dark, and it's like the light is not reflecting to us off of the sun. So that is a call for us to go inward, and not to always just take it from the outside, but to go inward and reconnect with what's really true for us on an inner level. Our own inner light, to connect with your own inner light. And our human brains sometimes will tell us stories that are louder than the voice of the soul. And so that's why, to remind ourselves that, you know, we are connected, we're okay, you know, that this is not going to be forever, that we can, we're going to navigate through this. So just to give ourselves that time during the new moon to be really extra gentle with ourselves and to tune into our own inner light. So if anybody has any questions, please post them in the question box or in the comment box, and I will do my best to answer, specifically around in questions with the intuitivity and the subtle energies that can impact with the moon, with the new moons. Or if you even have a question, please feel free to comment and I will draw a card for you. So I'm going to pull a card right now for all of us for what, I love it when the cards just jump out, for what we can do for this next, the next, let's say quarter, this next week, what we can do while the new moon begins to wax, while we begin to build our new intentions and what we want to be doing with our lives, especially on a soulful level. So I'm just going to start. Whoa, interesting. The Four of Wands jumped out. Can you guys see that okay? And that's talking about, to me, when I see the Four of Wands, it's really about stability, like getting grounded. The wands are all about this energy of the fiery energy. And it propels us to want to grow and to move forward. And when I see the Four of Wands, I hope the lighting's okay for you guys. You know, we have this image of four wands grounded into the earth, and it's like there's this container around the new growth. So that is absolutely perfect for this time. It's like we want to stabilize our energy. We don't need to kind of like keep going, expanding, like just doing all kinds of stuff. We can take some time right now to kind of get a little bit more grounded, recognize that growth is happening, and we can think to the future. So it's kind of like the seeds have actually been planted for, if you're watching this, it means that the seeds have been planted. Things are growing, so to trust in that things are growing. And with the Taurus season, there's so much here about all that earth energy. It's spring, and we put a little bit of a container around it right now. We don't need to we're not going out. It's so much as we're celebrating, we have a container around what's going on right now, and we can feel stable with the growth that's happening. And then I also, that was the jumper, and then I also pulled this card, the Hanged Man. And so I'm using the Insight Tarot deck, which is pretty cool. I'm really enjoying it. So we have this stark image of, it looks like the Christ on the cross, except they're hanging upside down. And I have to say, there's many versions of the Hanged Man, and this is one of the more starker looking ones. But what the Hanged Man really is about, it's about taking that pause between, you're neither here nor there, and it really fits with the Four of Wands. There's a sense of just hanging put right now, not really doing a lot of activity. And there's the recognition that there's a sense of sacrifice here as well with the Hanged Man. And I'm just going to pull that card down because I hope it's not triggering for anyone. It's pretty stark, but to me it's a beautiful card in the sense that we are leaving this space and we're moving into the next, but we haven't arrived there yet. So we're in that liminal space. It's like in between. And, you know, I'm just thinking of, what's that sign? Can anybody tell me that sign that, it's like that figure eight? I forget what it's called right now. It's kind of like that midpoint in the figure eight, right? So it's kind of like you're at that space right now. You don't feel like that you have completed anything exactly. You're not quite, well, maybe you have. You're not quite sure where you're going. So you're kind of at that midpoint. So for this next week, consider that this is a time to, it's not so much about high activity at this point. Infinity, yes. Thank you, Labyrinth Light. Yeah, there's another term, the Moneris, or I don't know what it's called. There's another name for it, but absolutely. Thank you for helping me out. I think it's that new moon sleepy energy that's still lingering here. So the Hangman calls us to try to be comfortable right now with not having to push forward, and instead there's the intention that we can maybe journal about what we want to see unfold for ourselves. We don't even have to think of it so much as this high agenda of real intense goal setting, which sometimes you get a lot of pressure around folks who are some people are really driven to a lot of goals, and I think that's fabulous. My brain and energy doesn't always quite work like that because I'm so much in the moment. I really feel like I'm always in this space somehow, and it's like that center point in the infinity symbol, but it's the point of power. It's the here and now. It's present. It's not always comfortable, but to trust that even through this discomfort, that's something you are moving forward. So it's just like with the new moon, and we have that dark moon period that's around it. It can feel a little uncomfortable before, or I don't know, everyone feels different. It might feel just beautiful. Like sometimes it feels beautiful, but we're now moving into a new phase. So where the moon is getting full again, but that does take a little time. It takes about, whatever it is, 28 days. I keep looking over at my calendar in case you're wondering why I'm looking over here. Pardon me. So it's just that opportunity, that time to kind of let go and to be present in the here and now. Let go of what, maybe all the things that you picked up in the last 30 days or in the last 28 days, the last lunar cycle, or since 2 weeks, even since the full moon. And then we're going to move forward into the next phase. So it's like there's so much opportunity here. It's just ripe. It's like the field is wide open. So what would you like to plant in the field of your life and your intention? So if you're just kind of joining in, we're talking about the effects of the new moon and what we can do here. Hi Kelly, it's so great to see you here. Lovely. And so we had pulled the Four of Wands to help stabilize our energy, and then the Hangman to be comfortable with being in that space of not having accomplished anything quite yet. And it with everything is like the sacrifice, or sacrifice is a weird word, but more like we have to be patient. We can allow ourselves to be patient and just trust that all things are coming. So what would you like to manifest over the next 2 weeks, the next 4 weeks, the next year? And the spring is a really good time to kind of consider those kind of things of moving forward. So I've got time for a question or two. If anybody has a particular question, though these moons plus menopause, I'm a zombie. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I should be laughing because I feel for you. That's really hard. Yeah. So we're just saying that let's be just really gentle with ourselves. Tune into the gentleness of that lunar, that new moon energy, that darkness. Allow that to somehow nourish you, to tell you it's okay. I don't have to try so hard. I don't have to work so hard to try to be okay. And be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. So if anybody has a question, just pop that in the comments below. And super. So Kelly goes, how will life go for Allie in September? Okay. All right, Kelly. So this is for Allie. How will life go for Allie in September? So what energy does Mom need to bring forward is really kind of the question. And then what should you know about Allie in September? So what does Mom need to know? I think this is Mom. Is this your child, Kelly? And I don't know who it is, actually. I'm just jumping with that. And then how will it be for Allie? Oh, the cards are jumping all over the place. Okay, so for you, okay, thank you very much. So what I'm getting, the energy for you to bring forward is you can't make this up, is the Queen of Wands. And so for the energy, like the expectancy, the energy that you can bring into this situation with how things are going to be for Allie, in September are, you know, just love, that pure love. You're going to have love for yourself. Know that you're doing enough. Know that like you're the most beautiful mother. I mean, you can't pick another card that is like more appropriate for this other than maybe the Empress, but they're kind of almost like sisters. So I just feel that like the Queen of Cups, she can be quite emotional, or she has that capacity. She has a lot of emotionality with her. However, the thing is that she has learned to work with her emotions and master her emotions. Oh my God, oh, I see. Okay. Okay, this is what's going on. Oh, that's interesting. And so there's just so much love that's here for you. So much love and, you know, abundance. And it's just really beautiful. And then for Allie, the King of Wands, whoa, there's going to be a lot of activity going on. There's going to be, is Allie the one that's going to be having a baby? I don't know. It's just like a lot of productivity, a lot of energy. It looks like things are going to go really well. It's just be prepared for things to just fire up and just to be awesome. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So a lot of that fiery energy. Yeah, earth energy, really bringing that in. So it sounds like a very good pairing, the Queen of Wands or the Queen of Cups and the King of Wands. Okay, so I hope that has helped you, Kelly. You're welcome. You're welcome. And yeah, so I try to keep these lives to 15 minutes, so we're not going to go too much longer right now. And I just want to thank you all for being here. And if you're watching this later, I hope that this has served you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kelly, for that question. And just be really kind and gentle with yourself over this next new moon phase, over this next week. And I'll be back next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Actually, I may not. I'll put a post. I might have to be out of town that day. I'm not sure. I shouldn't be saying anything right now, so just check back. Yeah, awesome. And so remember, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and oh yeah, I want to let people know that my name is changing. And I will be revealing that soon. It's going from White Rose Wellness to a new brand, a new name. So I'm going to transition that in a way that everybody will know who I am. I'll still use the Irene Bilton. And if you're not on my newsletter yet, you can go and subscribe to my newsletter, and then you get a bit more information about that as well when it comes out. Well, so wonderful. Great to see you. Thank you. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead. Goddess bless. Bye for now.